me. Come on strong, go on and love me. Let's not waste that big old moon. Wake up and smell the perfume. Just say if you want to be more than friends.
Everyone, and welcome to another Social Web Cafe interview. Today we have Chuck Hester, an expert in LinkedIn, and he's going to share some tips and an interesting perspective on how to use social media. Chuck, welcome.
Thanks, Deborah. Welcome. I appreciate the time that we've got today.
I do too. Hey, why don't you start out by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, I'm a PR marketing social media consultant. I've been doing that for about 30 years, the social media part for about 8. Journalism grad at USC, University of Southern California, and just kind of jumped right into journalism and PR and have been working in high-tech public relations ever since.
Now you said that high-tech public relations. How would you differentiate between high-tech versus what would be like normal public relations?
Well, I don't do hospitality. I don't do pharmaceuticals. So there's a velvet rope for me, which is a kind of a Michael Port sales trainer comment of pick what you're really good at and stay within that velvet rope. And so high-tech public relations is really what I've been doing for a long, long time, whether it be B2B or B2C technology, and now with online social media, that's always been my bailiwick.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm thinking high tech, like as in methodology, but it would seem in PR marketing, you want to use whatever tools are available to you.
Would that
be correct?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm on the same page. I get what you're saying. And social media seems to be an excellent fit for the high tech industry.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, one of my philosophies, however, is that social media is just a tool in the toolkit. So if you're using social media as a marketing tactic, I think that makes a lot of sense. If you're using it as the only strategy that you have in your marketing plan, then you're probably missing some of the other aspects of marketing that you should be involved with.
So, for example, if you're using social media 8 hours a day, but you never pick up the phone to make calls or return calls or answer calls, you're missing part of that.
Exactly, or direct mail or Salesforce work or whatever it may be. I mean, you really, the underlying philosophy out there is that you've got to be where your customers are. If your customers are 65 plus and they're not on Facebook or social media at all, then you're probably missing the boat.
That's a very good point. I'm also a jazz singer, and that definitely applies as far as the 65 plus. I've sold more CDs offline than I actually have online.
Yeah, us older guys like that. I mean, that's really
Now, you've been with LinkedIn for quite a few years, like since the beginning. What changes?
Yeah, I've been a LinkedIn member since 2003, fall of 2003, and they were actually established in 2003. 2004, really actively started using it when I was looking for a job to relocate to North Carolina, and my 27 some odd connections were all North Carolina-based public relations marketing technology.
Now, have you seen a lot change as far as how you connect, or basically the same methods as 2003?
It's the same methods. The features have changed significantly over the years. LinkedIn, I always like to say, is really good about sitting back and watching other social media platforms and what works for them. For instance, now with the company pages, you can actually like and share and comment on posts on the company pages within LinkedIn. That's obviously a Facebook feature that they decided was really good for them. On the LinkedIn status bar, you can make it 140 characters and automatically switch it over to Twitter at the same time. So they're paying attention to what's going on. The bigger change they've had as well, because they went public, and I always get this number wrong, I believe about 18 months to 2 years ago, when they started doing that, they added a lot of what I call UI features, so user interface features. So it's sexier, it's prettier, it's easier to use now.
Wow, and what are the differences? Is it more on the user end of it, like you said, the UI changes?
Yeah, it is more on the user interface. I mean, for instance, you can see your circles of influence, and there's actually circles on the profile page. So you can figure out who your largest network is, and whatever that may be. If it's in Los Angeles, then that circle is going to be the largest circle that you'd see on your profile.
Okay, I can't help it. You say circle, and right away I think Google Plus. And are they going to have an issue with the use of circle?
Understood.
Although the phrase circle of influence, I mean, that's been around for a while, so it's not like Google can, take the corner on that term circle.
Well, Google believes they do own the world. I mean, it's just a case of how often it takes before they can get them to court.
Okay, Google, I know this is on your platform, so don't listen to what we're saying right now.
I love you, Google. I really do. I'm a massive Google user. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I am too. We love to pick on Google, but Google has a lot of innovative tools like this ability to have Google hang out on air. Mm-hmm. We talked a little bit about traditional, just touched on as far as the PR. What would you list as the similarities and the differences between social media? I realize that's a tool in the bigger picture of PR, but as far as the traditional PR before social media.
Well, it's all about communication. It's all about getting the information out to your audience. And it is, in fact, doing audience research to find out where your customers are. So that really honestly hasn't changed a lot. But the biggest difference, and one that I talk a lot about when I give speeches on this particular topic, one of the things that's changed significantly is public relations was really about broadcasting. It was about actually getting the message out to a large number of people, where social media is more about connecting one-on-one with a community and being actively involved in that community and listening more than broadcasting, which can be very difficult for some old school public relations and marketing folks. I always like to tell them to put the megaphone down and start talking to people one-on-one.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's a lot more engagement oriented. And I find that more rewarding because then you actually do hear what the needs are, what the wants are.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's citizen journalism, and it can become citizen marketing at the same time.
I like that. I've heard the citizen journalism, but I like, citizen marketing.
Yeah, I'm writing that down as I speak, Deborah, because that's something I've never said that before. Wow.
That's good. Okay, you guys, you've heard it here first. Chuck Hester, citizen marketing.
We could co-author our next book. That could be it right there, right?
I like that. After the Google Hangout, so we give kudos to Google.
Don't you want to kiss and hug me? Come on strong, go on and love me. 'Cause I'd waste that big old moon. Wake up and smell the perfume. Just say if you want to be more than friends. Got some love I'd like to make. Maybe you can squeeze me, I won't break. We could be in a paradise, you and me. Until then, I'll remind you again. Just say when. Oh yeah, until then, I'll remind you again. Just say when. Oh baby, just say when.